Hey guys, I just want to let you know I absolutely love using Anchor. I have over 100 episodes with Anchor. And the great thing about it is I get to help a lot of different people. I've had over 1,000 listeners, and I've actually had people reach out to me telling me that it actually saved their life. So if you have anything that you want to talk about, if you have a passion, if you have a goal, definitely start podcasting using Anchor. It's probably the best thing I've done in my podcasting career. It's the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Jamie.
This is Jamie. I'm not sure. I might be a legend in my own mind, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, this is Jamie.
How are you doing, my friend?
Man, I appreciate you having me on the show. Great show, and I'm honored to be one of your guests.
Oh, well, thank you. Hey, guys, welcome to another episode of Success Your Why Powers Your How. My name is Richard Kaufman, also known as the Comeback Coach. And today we have an amazing guest. I don't know where the conversation is going to go, but I know it's going to be fun and informative. So let's have some fun today. So, Mr. Jamie, how do you pronounce your last name? I did not want to kill it. So how do you pronounce your last name?
It's pronounced Beckler, but it looks like Betchler, but everybody says Belcher. So it's Beckler with like a K.
All right, so I would have totally killed it, so I don't feel bad now.
Most people do, and my first name is spelled differently too. It's Jamie, but it's spelled Jamy. And when I was when my parents had agreed to name me Jamie, boy or girl, they figured they could name me Jamie, but they never talked about a spelling. And when I popped out at the hospital, the nurse asked my dad out in the hallway how they wanted to spell my name, and he's like, I don't know, I guess Amy with a J. So that's so both of my names are different. The first one is hard to spell, or they forget how to spell, and the second one, no one knows how to pronounce it.
Well, I've been following you probably for about 3 years, whether you know it or not. Um, so I'm very appreciative that you actually took the time to hang out with me today. And this is going to be fun because, I love sports. I love podcasters. I love authors. So you're like the perfect guest that I would have.
Well, the perfect guess when you can't get the better ones. So
Oh no, because you are. I mean, you're the best. I mean, come on, you're part of the John Maxwell team. I mean, he is like him, and He's got to be in my top two or three um, special people in this world that has made a big difference on my life. So, if you're a part of his team, you are the team.
I appreciate that. He you're right. I mean, he is pretty much the leadership guru, if you want to use that word. But I mean, pretty much if he hasn't written about it, it probably hasn't been written about. I mean, as from a leadership standpoint. I mean, first of all, he's written over 100 books, which is amazing to me. It's hard enough to write one. Shoot, it's hard enough to write like a Twitter post or a Facebook post, let alone a
I
book,
wrote
let
one
alone a
book.
hundred books.
I
So
wrote I wrote one book, and I think I'm tapped out.
yeah, all the good ideas were in that one book, and
That's
John
it.
Maxwell's written over 100, and yeah, he's had such a profound impact on so many people. And I know me as a coach early on, I'm using his stuff with my teams. We're going over a lot of his leadership principles, and now I never. We don't need to tell him. This will just be between you and I, Richard. But I
Yeah,
never
nobody's
just
gonna listen to this anyway, so
yeah
don't worry
just
about it.
just between you and I. But I would do book studies, John Maxwell book studies with my team, but we never bought the book, so we never put any money in his pocket. But we would really. I found some stuff online, and we would just like one book there. I found something online that was like a 15-page summary. And so we just went over all those chapters just on a summary because kids don't like to read all the time. And so we still got a lot out of it. But a long story to say, I love his stuff. We used his stuff when I was coaching, and I thought it was made an impact on our players.
And like I said, him, like I said, top two or three. Him and Mr. Ziegler are like the top two because some people can write stuff, and after the first sentence,
the words go right over my head, and I'm like, I just get that blank stare. But he has such a down home way of explaining things, even for simpletons like me.
Well, I know you're like I love the title of your podcast, your why powers your how, and I'm guessing that you're a Simon Sinek fan,
Yes,
with the
I
book Know Your Why. But as you talk there, as you said that, Simon Sinek's books are the ones that I don't read his books. I just read like the intro, and then I read the back cover and maybe the chapter titles because he's too smart for me. So I try to read just the stuff that I can understand. He's way too smart for me.
well, and the way I came up with the title, and I'll give him the credit all the time. My one of my people that I really look up to and finally got to talk to was Ed Milet, and he had a show on, and it was called "Success Your Why Powers Your How." So I had to steal it from him. So he didn't get mad at me, thank God. But yeah, so it's been fun. I get to interview some of the greatest minds that are out there, especially leaders. Because I love talking to different leaders, and especially if they got something to do with the NBA. I'm a big NBA geek. So first we got to talk about where you're from. What state are you? Were you born and raised?
Yeah, born and raised in Michigan, and then I've spent a lot of time in a lot of other states. We've moved around a lot, kind of like a gypsy or a nomad, I guess, when you're a college coach. And so my wife was awesome. She was most valuable player in our family. So she was always really good about packing up and moving if we needed to go to a different job. But lived in Texas, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee,
Gamecocks.
Indiana, Ohio.
Gamecocks. Just want to say that. I'm from South Carolina, so I go for the Gamecocks. I can't pull for Clemson. I can't do
Well, some people are just on the wrong side of history, and I
it.
guess you're.
I'm that guy. Yeah.
I mean, how can you root against Dabo Sweeney? I guess and Clemson and what they've built there through the years.
Yeah, they got a great program.
And I'll admit, I mean, not like I made this public, but I didn't think that I never would have imagined in a million years that he would build the program he has at Clemson and done it the way he has. I thought he was going to be not very long for that job, maybe a couple years, and then he would fall the wayside of every other, other coaches. But he definitely proved me wrong. Not like that was his motivation. He doesn't have my picture on his mirror every day, and that's what motivates him.
But you know what? People like that, it's kind of like the Belichick people. It's all about team first. It doesn't matter whose name is on the front, on the back of the jersey. It's who's on the front. You know what I mean? And he's all about teamwork. And I think that's the only way to succeed in anything in life is to building a successful team, kind of like John Maxwell.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Richard. And I mean, we can't go this alone. It's amazing. Obviously, during COVID, it's been tough because there's been a lot of social distancing and people are, by themselves a lot. But I think people are struggling with that. But before COVID, you look at it, even like these people that, like these gamers that essentially, stereotypically live in their parents' basement and don't have anything to do with anyone socially, and they're always online all the time, but they still feel the need to be around other people, and they get together at a conference once a year or twice a year out in Vegas or in LA or something because they understand they need other people. And even a lot of these gamers, a lot of these games that are coming up, and especially now at the college level with esports, they might be, you might be individual gamers, but you're still on a team, and these games are team oriented. And so yeah, I mean, I'm a huge golf fan. Golf is an individual sport, but you watch a golfer, like I'm watching golf this morning, and the announcers are talking about how great of a team this golfer Webb Simpson and his caddy Paul Tesori are, and you see that even in a game that's individual, there's still team elements because you do need other people. We all need other people to help bring out the best in us, but also to help us to be bigger than something, be part of something bigger than just ourselves.